guys, for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some DIY IKEA hacks. This might be my favorite DIY IKEA hacks I've ever done. I'm seriously so in love with all of these projects. I will have the links to everything that I used in the description box down below for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn those post notifications on, and if you guys like IKEA hacks as much as I do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let's just jump right into the DIYs. For this IKEA hack, we're using this tray table. It comes in the colors black, blue, green, and white. It is $19.99, so just under $20. It's super good quality. It's like a metal material, and the tray top part of it does come off. For this DIY, you're also going to need a pair of scissors, some trim, as well as a hot glue gun. And then lastly, you're going to need some cement and a spatula. Now we're gonna start mixing the concrete, and the measurements are 5 parts concrete to 1 part water. And then, so I recommend starting off with that mixture, mixing it up, and then seeing what the consistency of the concrete is. You kind of know that you're trying to create a pancake batter consistency. Definitely looked like it needed some more concrete, so I went ahead and added that in. And like I said, you'll kind of know when it's ready. As I mentioned earlier, the tray does come apart from the table, and what we're gonna be doing is filling the tray top with the concrete mixture that we just made. And for now, you wanna just focus on getting it full. After the fact, we can focus on making sure it's smoothed out. Now I'm just going in with a really watery base to kind of go ahead and fill in and go over the areas that need a little bit more concrete. It's kind of nice that this is a tray, so it's super easy to do this, and you can kind of tell when everything is even, but that's just what I'm doing. And I'm also going to kind of smooth this layer out, because this is going to be more of what is the actual top layer. So now I'm going to allow this to dry. Again, I didn't make it super perfect in here. You can see some of the ridges. We'll go back in with sandpaper and sand those out if we want to. However, I want it to be distinct that this is a concrete table, so I don't want it too smooth. So I'm gonna let this dry. While we are waiting for the concrete to dry, we're gonna start off by adding in our lace trim. I'm just gonna wrap it around each of the legs using hot glue at the top, and then probably securing it every 4 times that I wrap around, just to make sure it all stays in place. So I would definitely recommend doing that as you're securing it to go all the way down. And then obviously, once you get to the end, you can just snip off the little lace and secure it at the bottom, and you're pretty much done with that leg, and you're gonna repeat this process for each of the legs. All right, so now that the concrete is dry, I'm just gonna go in with some sandpaper. Again, I don't want it to be perfect. I do want you to distinctively be able to tell that this is concrete, but I am gonna smooth out some of the rough edges. And now we're gonna go ahead and place the concrete tray piece back on top of the table where it goes. If you have a little excess concrete on the edges here, it literally wipes off very easily, as you can see, with just a little bit of purpose cleaner, or you can also just use some water, and that should get it off just like that. Now that we are all done, you can use this as a side table next to your couch, or you can use it as I'm showing it here, just as a nightstand. A really affordable option for nightstands as well, if you want to make 2 of them, because the actual table we used is only $19.99 and the materials aren't that expensive. For this next project, you're going to need one of these baskets from IKEA that is currently priced at $27.99. Then we're also using this coffee table from IKEA that is $49.99. We're only using the glass top from it, but that is another hack in itself. If you live in Southern California, it's extremely expensive to get a round piece of glass cut. So you can always just go into IKEA and buy this particular coffee table, and you will save yourself a lot of money. If you go on Amazon, a piece of glass this size is over $100. The first step is just going to be to remove these handles. You're just gonna take your scissors, and you can easily just snip off the little loop that is holding the handle on top of this basket. Make sure you are carefully checking that you are only cutting off the loops that you need to. We do not want the entire basket to fall apart. but you're just gonna repeat that same process on both sides of the basket because there are 2 handles. After you're done trimming, you're just going to remove those little loops from the basket. Get those out of the way so you know exactly what you're doing on this next step. For the next step, we're going to be detaching the handle. Just those loops aren't holding the handle together. As you can see, there are actual staples in here. So you want to go in the middle here and just kind of wiggle your scissors back and forth, and eventually the top portion will pop off. As you can see, after you wiggle the scissors up and down a few times, you can almost lift the handle off. Just by bending it back and forth, you will see that the staples just kind of detach from the actual basket. For the next step, you wanna make sure you flip the basket over because we will be adding the tabletop bumpers onto the bottom portion of the basket. For this next step, we are going in with our drill, but I cannot stress enough that you want to use the drill very slowly, otherwise you could ruin this entire project. We're just gonna create small holes that the bumpers can go into. That way the glass will sit really nicely on top of our new little coffee table. And just to make sure everything was super secure, I did go back in and hot glue these little tabletop bumpers, just because moving the coffee table over time, I don't want them to eventually fall out. So that part is optional. And all you have to do with the glass top is place it evenly on top of the basket, and you are all done with your brand new coffee table. I absolutely love the way this turned out. If it is not the specific color you desire, you could easily spray paint the basket, which is what I will probably do. I think I want to spray paint it black, but for this video, I just wanted to leave it a neutral color. For this next hack, we're using this hanging pendant lampshade. It is $19.99. I personally love these, but I live in an apartment and I cannot have any electrical hanging lamps because there's no electricity for them. So I'm gonna show you guys how you can actually use this as a table lamp today. Also, to complete this project, you're going to need this table lamp base, which is also from IKEA. This was $6.99. I got this light bulb on sale for $7.59, but normally I think it's about $8.99, so almost $9. This is also from IKEA. And then lastly, you are going to need a hot glue gun, and that is all you're going to need for this particular project. You will see in the next clip just how well these pieces already go together, but just as a little added security measure, I do want to create some sort of grip between the pendant lampshade and the base we're using. So we are going to create a little grip here using the hot glue. Keep in mind, you want to make sure you're using the side that has the metal part in it to hold the light bulb. So make sure that's the side that you're putting the glue on, and it's pretty much as simple as just adding hot glue all along this little brim here. And like I said, this is just going to create like a little grip, and since the hot glue, when it dries, it is going to be kind of like a little sticky and tacky. This is just going to make the lampshade a little bit more secure. And make sure you let this dry for at least 5 minutes before you move on to the next step. Now we are just going to flip the lampshade on top of the base. As you can see, it fits perfectly, and then we're just going to add the light bulb using the hole at the top, and that is it. Now all you have to do is flip the switch and turn your new table lamp on. This is amazing. I'm so excited with the way that it turned out. It's also so beautiful how it illuminates onto the wall. So if you're in the market for a new table lamp, definitely give this hack a try. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to check the description box down below for all of the links to everything that I used. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!